Welcome to my channel. Let's learn MLA writing format, and this video is for beginners. Let's go.
Okay. I hope now you'll get this up when you'll be listening. Okay. So what I wanted you guys to know is I want to start with MLA because it's a very challenging one, and most people do it wrong. So with me is an MLA work that was recently done. The topic was is Donald Trump is the most immoral and unethical president that ever served. So the client requested you read this article, then you start writing the author's name, the article itself. You write a summary of 5 to 6 sentences. And some people, when you're told to write six to 5 to 6 sentences, it does not mean counting lines like this. It means a sentence where the period is at the end. So, like for example, this is one sentence. This is sentence two, which starts here at audits and ends here. This is sentence three, which starts in the article until the virus here. Please don't count like this. Those are lines. So there's a difference between lines and sentence. Other writer used to count the lines instead of sentence. Okay, that was by the way. So my main thing here is to first show you how to write this I can say a cover page for the client. You have to write the student's name, then full colon, instructor name, full colon, course code, date, and uh, please see that what has done here is that the first letter of everything is in capital, it is in caps. So be careful on that also, and check even the title of the essay is also the first letters in capital, essential letters only, not all, but in capital. Then when you put your running page, I know already you know this, but when you put your running page here, Make sure you also highlight it and change it to Times New Roman 12. Then you click here, you double space also. That's very simple. Then we go at the works cited page. Remember, when there are many sources, you have to include the S here at the end. Remember, here is W, capital, capital C. Then the sources, you have to highlight all of them after you have indicated. Go to the paragraph, hanging, spatial hanging, then 0.5. No anything like 0.4 or 0.6 above, but 0.5 to double space, then it will be like this. All right, now to my main agenda, which is in-text citation. I find people doing randomly, they normally do the in-text citation after they have written all this content. Now when they start putting randomly anywhere, I don't expect you to do it, to work with me like that. I expect you, the first thing you do, if this topic, like let's say, is Donald Trump the most unethical president ever served, look for sources first. For example, this guy looked for the sources first, and these sources, hata hajaitoa kwa Google Scholar ama anything. This is a website, as you can see, and this is him creating this source. How did he do it? Let's see. Ametuwekea link. We go, we select the link. Let's select the link, tuende hadi hiyo kwa website, tuone vile ameifanya. Copy. There you select the, you can see that. Let's go to the website. All right. I paste there on the website name, and I can see it's the new. Uh-huh. Yeah, and you can see the title of the title of the title of the work, the article. The authors who wrote the article are here, all of them, the date it was written. So what you're going to do, you're going to copy these names from the website. But remember what you're going to change when you're going to copy. Let's just do it together. You're going to copy this, copy, and let's go to the here. And also share again. Screen, you share. Go here. All right. You can see the names are here. Let's see how it was written on the website. I copy and paste here. You can see these are the authors who are written on the website. But now when you're doing your works cited page, you have to start with the last name, like the first author here, her last name, comma, first name, comma. The second author, the second author, the second author, I think here it was a mistake. It should have started with Gray. So here it's a mistake. It's right, Susan. This one made a mistake. Susan Gray. Then and the second one is Mike. Say Mike here. Then you put your period, then quotation. Quotation. Then you are going to look at the title of that article. When we open the site, you're going to put that at that title here. That title here. Full stop. Then the source, the publisher, ilikuwa ni New York Times. New York Times, the year 2020. Then go up there, copy the link. Then on the link, there will be something like HTTP. Please, when you copy the link in MLA, you have to delete this part. This H, sorry, this part here that usually comes with the link to the MLA, you have to delete it. The answer na www. Now this is a complete source. Now let me delete this. Now, this is a complete source because this article, if you decide to look at on Google Scholar, you might not find it there. Unaweza kosa kupata some of you try to look at the sources at Google Scholar, then you lack it there. So instead of doing that, stressing yourself, jiundie tu yako yenyewe. This is a source, credible source. Umejiundia vizuri sana. Haya, hadi umepatiana link. Now, another thing is now when you do your intake citation, ukishatafuta your sources like this, all these sources are credible. Mtu hajaenda aka randomly pick from Google Scholar. Now, if you check the work where the work has been there's intake citation, like for example here, this is what has been intake cited. This one, meaning the author had to paraphrase this from what he read from their website. So, for example, it was later found out that the tax return story that the former president was fighting to keep private was a different narrative in public. Instead, Trump had avoided paying taxes to close to 15 years, mainly because he felt he had lost more cash than what he made. Meaning, whatever all this information that there is an index citation at the end, it is not the writer's opinion, but the views of the source, the people who wrote the article. That's where kuna. This is now a very incredible index citation, in that even when the client asks you, can you highlight this part from the source, you can easily log into your source and highlight na utume screenshot because itakuwa inaonyesha kitu kama hii 15 years kwa source. Now this one huu mtu aja randomly put index citation. Another one is here. No, like this one also. Let's see this. A few years ago, Evans Foundation raised 150,000 USD to give and gave Trump. Hii yote, meaning this author wrote this. Now let's ensure that whatever this guy has put as an index citation is correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this author. Let me check at the sources. I can see this guy. Hata nimeona hapa vile imeandikwa how Trump retooled his charity to spend other people's money. Okay. So I'm going to check this website, alafu nione whatever this author wrote here yenye ameniweka index citation ni ukweli. So I'm going to just, this is what the normal clients do. They just copy the link. They go to you go here, you paste your link. Okay, let me share the screen. Let me share. So I think you are there. Let's now copy the link, and that is the story. Now remember alikuwa ameongelea vitu za Evans Foundation and how Trump alichukua hiyo doo akagift himself instead of adding some funds. Let's check exactly. It's here. Hiyo hapa hiyo. The Evans Foundation. Hiyo hapa huyu jamaa ameparaphrase this thing. You see? And let's see the author of the article. Ndio hii. Ndio hii. So everything this guy has put here is very correct. Yenye ameweka index citation here, it is very very correct. Hata account hawezi msumbua. So this is actually this is the only thing I need to do. Taki mambo mingi. If you do your index citation vizuri, hata unaweza kuwa unaweka like aka small part hapo hivyo, then hapo unaongelea your opinion views ama from other sources, lakini ikuwe correct. And remember all sources zenye umetumia, this one like this one I have for 1 2 3 4, they all must have in-text citation. Like umeona hii iko nayo 1, is 2, is 3, is 4, the same person. Now you might be wondering why is it that in MLA this guy did not put a page number, because he has used website. When you use a website, there is no page number. That's why it's only the name of the authors of the article. So with a website, there is no ile kuweka the name, then the article, the page number. In a website, there's no page number. There's that exemption for articles and website. But ingekuwa ni book, you have to put a page number. Now, I also expect your work to have a thesis statement, which normally are the last 2 lines. Like this one iko hapa hivi, and I can see here ikuwe the last 2 line. Unajua thesis statement is like your outline, your question, what you're going to answer, what you are going to talk about the entire work. Then on your body paragraph, I expect you to start with a topic sentence. Then from the topic sentence, develop an explanation, giving examples, explaining. Like for example here, this guy talked about tax returns. And if you continue reading, all he's talking about it now, he started giving up examples and how actually the topic sentence here was the tax returns. Then he developed the story giving a narrative of uh, how other nominees, previous candidates have always released their tax returns without hiding them, and why this Trump was hiding his. Then he goes on to show how this is unethical as a leader, and he ends well. Then the next one is start with the immoral actions, where it talks about the charity. Then he talks everything about that. Also, he continues to show that for Trump, it's power more than morality. He talks about morality and power here, the all of it without mixing ideas. Then in conclusion, remember conclusion is just a summary of what you have written here. No new ideas here, and no in-text citation kwa conclusion. It's just new ideas, and no, sorry, it's just your views from what you have written, and your closing marks. So those are actually the things I need you to do. And when you do your works cited page, please make sure you put your links. Now delete that HTTP pin nimesema. Yeah, so and please use correct sources. Usitumie tu sources iti sasa unaenda tu Google Scholar unazipick unaweka then randomly. Hiyo ni ujanja most people do, and it's very wrong. So mimi nataka ujifundishe kuandika vizuri, so that one time when you will be having your account, you will manage it easily. So na lazima ujifundishe before you get there, lazima ujifundishe wewe mwenyewe as a writer to be perfect, so that ukipata account yenye ni very strict, you can easily manage. Then another thing is that in MLA hakuna kitu yote inawekwa in bold. As you can see, all this work, there's nothing which is in bold. And the work cited page, hakuna anything iko in bold. Then word count. Now word count, this is what word count. If it's 3 pages, I will start counting. I will not count the title ama the headings zenye unaweza kuwa umeweka kwa kazi katikati hapa. No, word count ni content peke yake. So kama hii uta count hii peke yake tu hadi hii ina heading, so nitaenda hadi chini tu. So word counting itakuwa hadi huku hivi, which is 850. Now please, if the work is 2 pages and 550 words, usiandike 700 words. Hiyo utaambiwa urudie upunguze. So if it's 550, maybe unaweza exceed by 10%, but usikue under. Na hiyo 550 words ni unatoa hizo maheading za katikati. And another thing is plagiarism. has to be zero, zero ma one. Yeah. So those are the simple things that I expect you to do. Alafu when you upload kazi kwa usiku, unaweza install Grammarly in your Word instead of kuupload kazi kwa Grammarly. Unajua watu hivyo huko kazi Grammarly, alafu wanaenda wanaweka kwa zero. Hiyo kazi sasa nikitumia client inakuwa plagiarism, unapata fine. So to avoid hiyo situation yote, Google download Grammarly for Word, install it kwa your Word so that for example mine sasa ni kuclick tu hivi peke yake, then as edit kila kitu load, I can edit everything. Another thing, ukiupload kazi kwa Turnitin, please immediately after checking your result delete it. Unaona sasa ya niko login tena hapa, then I can edit the work. Alright. So with that, you think you are good with MLA? Yes, and if you have a question, kindly ask.